The state of Tamaulipas, located in northeastern Mexico, has long been notorious for its close ties to the cartels, particularly those involved in the trafficking of migrants and drugs. The border region with the United States has been a hotbed for illicit activities and violence for years. However, recent events indicate that the situation in Tamaulipas has reached a critical point. There's been a surge in killings and abductions attributed to the Gulf Cartel, raising concerns about the escalating lawlessness in the area. In response to this alarming trend, the Mexican government has dispatched the army to restore order. Yet some experts argue that this move may not be enough to curb the cartel's violent activities. The Gulf Cartel is a powerful criminal organization that has thrived in the state of Tamaulipas for decades. Their involvement in drug trafficking, extortion, and human smuggling has had devastating consequences for the region. The surge in killings and abductions has left residents of Tamaulipas living in fear. The level of violence and lawlessness has become so extreme that some have started to refer to the state as a failed state. However, it's essential to understand the complexities of this situation and the factors that have led to the current crisis in Tamaulipas. Let's start by exploring the role of the Gulf Cartel in the region and their involvement in various criminal activities. The Gulf Cartel is a highly organized and sophisticated criminal enterprise with deep roots in Tamaulipas. For decades, the cartel has dominated the region's drug trafficking routes and has been involved in the smuggling of migrants across the border into the United States. Their vast network of informants and corrupt officials has allowed them to operate with relative impunity, perpetuating a cycle of violence and instability. The surge in killings and abductions attributed to the Gulf Cartel highlights the cartel's ruthless tactics and disregard for human life. These acts of violence not only instill fear among the civilian population, but also undermine the rule of law and the authority of the government. The situation has become so dire that the Mexican government has had to deploy the army to restore order and protect the citizens of Tamaulipas. But the presence of the army alone may not be enough to stop the cartel's violent activities. The Gulf Cartel is deeply entrenched in the region and has a strong presence in local communities. The cartel's ability to exploit social vulnerabilities, corruption, and local support makes it extremely difficult to eradicate. To effectively address the crisis in Tamaulipas, the Mexican government must take a comprehensive approach that targets the sources of the problem. One crucial step is to tackle the issue of corruption head-on. The Gulf Cartel's ability to operate with relative impunity is largely due to the widespread corruption among law enforcement and government officials. Addressing corruption requires strengthening institutions, promoting transparency and accountability, and punishing those found guilty of collaborating with criminal organizations. By cracking down on corruption and dismantling the cartel's network of informants and collaborators, the Mexican government can significantly weaken the cartel's operations. Another essential aspect of this strategy is to focus on the social roots of the problem. Many residents of Tamaulipas live in extreme poverty and are vulnerable to the cartel's recruitment efforts. By investing in education, healthcare, and economic opportunities in marginalized communities, the government can help break the cycle of poverty and reduce the appeal of joining criminal organizations. Additionally, promoting peaceful means of conflict resolution and building trust between communities and law enforcement can create an environment less conducive to cartel activities. Furthermore, the Mexican government must strengthen its intelligence gathering and investigative capabilities. The Gulf Cartel is a highly secretive and elusive organization, making it challenging for authorities to gather intelligence and build strong cases against its members. Investing in technology, training, and resources for law enforcement and intelligence agencies will be crucial in gathering the necessary evidence to prosecute cartel members and dismantle their operations. However, it's important to recognize the limitations of a purely military approach to addressing the crisis in Tamaulipas. The deployment of the army may help restore order and provide a sense of security in the short term, but it's not a sustainable long-term solution. The army lacks the resources and expertise to effectively combat a sophisticated criminal organization like the Gulf Cartel. Moreover, a heavy-handed military presence can alienate the civilian population and erode trust between communities and law enforcement. Instead, The Mexican government should prioritize a multi-pronged approach that combines military force with targeted law enforcement actions, social programs, and institutional reforms. By addressing the underlying causes of the problem and dismantling the cartel's networks of support, the Mexican government can effectively combat the cartel's violent activities and restore stability to Tamaulipas. In addition to the measures already mentioned, the Mexican government should also consider seeking international cooperation and support. The Gulf Cartel's criminal activities transcend national borders, and the cartel's reach extends beyond Tamaulipas into neighboring states and even into the United States. Collaborating with U.S. law enforcement agencies and intelligence services can provide valuable insights, resources, and expertise in combating the cartel. Sharing intelligence, conducting joint operations, and extraditing cartel members can significantly disrupt the cartel's operations and bring those responsible for the violence in Tamaulipas to justice. It's also crucial to acknowledge the role of the media in shaping public perception and influencing government action. Sensationalized or biased media coverage can contribute to fear, misinformation, and public pressure on the government to take certain actions. Responsible and balanced reporting is essential in providing the public with accurate information and fostering constructive dialogue. In conclusion, the crisis in Tamaulipas, Mexico is a complex problem that requires a comprehensive and multifaceted solution. The surge in killings and abductions attributed to the Gulf Cartel highlights the urgent need for effective measures to restore order and protect the lives of innocent civilians. While the deployment of the army may offer some short-term benefits, it's not a sustainable long-term solution. Tackling corruption, addressing social vulnerabilities, strengthening institutions, and seeking international cooperation are crucial steps in dismantling the cartel's networks of support and bringing those responsible for the violence to justice. It's essential to adopt a balanced and nuanced approach that considers the complexities of the situation and prioritizes the safety and well-being of the Tamaulipas residents. But let me ask you, what are your thoughts on the situation in Tamaulipas? Do you believe that the presence of the army will effectively combat cartel violence? What other measures should the Mexican government take to address this crisis? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments section below. Your voice matters, and your perspective can contribute to a better understanding of this complex issue. Engage in constructive conversations, share this video with others, and together we can raise awareness about the challenges and complexities of combating cartel violence in Mexico. Remember, informed and thoughtful engagement is vital in addressing pressing global issues, and your participation can make a difference.
Attention. Pay very close attention. I'm about to show you something incredible in the next 3.1 seconds. Do you want access to Google certification methodology where you can earn $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, or even more? It's a methodology that very few people know about, a true blue ocean opportunity. Many people are making excellent money with this approach. Remember, this is not easy money. Easy money doesn't exist. This is something Google itself offers, and very few people are aware of it. Anyone can apply this methodology. We present the entire process in an ebook. It's something that has high demand in today's market. A huge opportunity, and you don't need to sell courses or anything like that. Plus, you can do everything from home. The original price of the ebook is $147, but you'll only pay half that, which is $73. Actually, you won't even pay that. The price you'll pay is just $9.97. It's practically free considering the value you're getting, and you'll also get an amazing 100% free bonus. And your risk is zero, because after your purchase, you still have a 7-day guarantee to ask for your money back. We give you access to all the content and the bonus, and you still have the guarantee to get your money back. Hurry and get the ebook at this promotional price, as it could go up at any moment. Click the link in the first pinned comment.